Hey, lovely people. How are you? It is so nice to see you this morning. Oh, there's lots of you there already. Hang on a second. Let me clean my glasses. And I can see what you're saying. Welcome to the Truly Myrtle podcast. I am Libby. I'm the designer at Truly Myrtle. And I'm the founder of Wardrobe Toolbox. And it is so nice to have you with me for my weekly podcast that goes out live on YouTube and on my Facebook page. So you can find me all over the place. Let's get ourselves set up. I just had to race inside and make a fresh cup of tea because I'd run out of tea. And you can't sit down without a cup of tea. Well, you people might know. Hey Sabrina, nice to see you. Your forecast for a lovely warm day down there. Oh, that sounds good. Now, where are my YouTube people? Well, I've only got Facebookers. I can't see my YouTubers. So hopefully I'm going out in all the places today. Someone can tell me if you're calling in from YouTube. I can probably check. I'll just turn the sound off. Oh, yep, here they come. Here they come. Usually it's the Facebookers that are slow. Hi, Lois. How are you? Hi, Kim. How are you? It's a sunny but chilly day here in Northern California. Hi, Katie. It's chilly in Scotland. Oh, yeah. Have you had lots of snow this time, Katie? I bet you have. I talked to my sister the other day. Actually, it was last weekend, and she was thick with snow, and she's up your way. Hey Morgan, you love my top. Yeah, it's actually like a dress. I'm wearing it over jeans. It's not that, it's like a tunic. It's not that warm. Like it's kind of warm today. It's a bit muggy, but it's not really. It's really middling. And it's quite grey here today. So I put on, this is Liberty print. I made this years ago actually. It's a Liberty print and it's sort of like a brush cotton. It's lovely. I've forgotten what they actually call it. And I made, this is a Marilla Walker pattern. I've forgotten what the name of the pattern is, but it's a Marilla Walker pattern. I love Marilla Walker. She doesn't do any designing anymore, but she has sort of got an art practice. You can follow her on Substack now, which I do. And she's exploring all her art. It makes me feel like going and exploring my art as well. She does. But anyway, I haven't done that yet. And yeah, so it's a tunic and I love it. I do love a good Liberty print, I have to say. Let's have a little look. I'm coming to see you. See me on YouTube. Yay. Hey, Becky, she says it's 37 degrees yesterday in Sydney. Oh, that is just so hot. That is so hot. I can't manage it that hot, I don't think. I'm just not built for that kind of heat. I actually like it a little cooler. I used to like it hot when I was young, but I just, I have to stay cool. Hey, Kim. Oh, good. You can see me on YouTube. Brilliant. Sorry, my tea is so hot because it's just freshly made. Tamsin said, good morning from Napier. It's 31 today in Tamsin. It's 31 today in Napier. Oh my gosh, Tamsin, 31 in Napier. You're really in summer now. I don't feel like we're in summer yet here. Hey Jess, it's been a beautiful sunny and dry day in Central Florida. Oh, I do like a sunny dry day. I love a sunny dry day, whether it's winter or summer. That's what I like the best. This mugginess of Auckland. This mugginess where I live. It's just horrible. Mugginess is horrible. Hey Erica, it's nice to see you from snowy Alberta. You've recently discovered you and you've been learning so much as you binge watch previous episodes. I know people tell me that they go back and they watch the old ones and I just, that's nice that you're doing that. It's quite weird. I don't feel like I live on the internet. I don't feel like that. But of course, there's all this stuff going back like a decade more on the internet, which is really strange because I don't feel like that kind of person. Like I'm absolutely rubbish at social media. I was actually talking to my mum about it yesterday and I said to her something like my hair is it's just dried by itself, so it's gone a bit wonky. I was just saying to my mum yesterday, I should post on social media. I'm supposed to post on social media and I just don't want to. I find it so I actually find it quite boring, and so that's a problem because I should go out there and I should post things and show you what I'm working on. And I do intend to, like I do want to talk to you and show you what I'm working on. But when I open up some of these apps, I think I'd just rather go and live my life than sit on these apps. So I'm finding it a bit tricky then to want to actually post something because I think maybe you just want to be going and living your life as well. I don't know. But anyway, I will try because there are things I want to show you, and just catching up with you once a week here and then in my mini mag. There's probably more things that I should show you than I'm actually showing you. It's windy in Gore, Southland. Lois, it's windy. Yeah, it's still here. It's just nice. Hi, Marianne. Nice to see you. Hi, Lisa. Nice to see you too. And Claire and Robin. Oh, it's so nice to see you. Some places had lots of snow, says Katie in Scotland. But here on the west coast, it was just a light covering. Oh, right. My sister's down towards Durham, and it was pretty thick there. But it's funny, those snow days. The kids love them, don't they? The snow days. And it is so beautiful. And actually, that's what I said to my sister, that the thing I love so much about us when it really snows is the quiet. It's so quiet when it snows. It's quite eerie, isn't it? I do love that. But the sludge and the brown and the mush after, not so much. Is my top the Maya dress? Oh, yes, Sabrina, that's exactly what it is. This is the Maya dress / top pattern from Marilla Walker. It's a great one. It's actually a great one because it's all self-faced, and so all of these edges and the hem, it's got one of those hems that goes like that, but that's just a normal hem, but it's all you do all this sort of self-facing. I like it a lot. It's really nice and easy to wear. I quite like this sort of boat neck look to it, although I'm getting it a bit wonky in the program. This is a program now. Okay, Kim says I quit Instagram and I really don't miss it. Yeah, well, look, I went off Instagram for about 5 years. I just didn't do anything for Truly Myrtle. I just left. I didn't like it. It was not a very nice place, and so I left. And then I thought this year, maybe I'll just come back. But I've been pretty hopeless. I actually have been pretty hopeless at posting. So I think the whole thing just changed, and it moved on, and I was left back there in 2019 or whenever it was that I left. So I will try. The thing is that I'm not a it's like YouTube. It's like this YouTube channel. Like, I'm not a YouTuber. I just like chatting to you all and catching up with you and having a chat and talking to you in the comments. I really like that. It's like I'm having a coffee with you all, and I like that. And so I like a party. I like a catch up. I like those sorts of things. So that's what I feel like I'm doing. And it's just a funny old world out there at the moment, because there's people, this is a really serious job. Seriously posting on these things and I just like knitting and talking to you, and I love making patterns and all of that stuff. So it's a funny old thing. Anyway, that's all I can say. It's a funny old thing. Hey Tamsin, it's nice to see you from Rangiora and Iva, British Columbia. It's so nice seeing you all from all over the world. I can't say all your names, there's so many. Hey Liz. Oh yeah, you aren't keen on social media as well. It distracts from my knitting. Bingo, Liz, doesn't it just? It distracts from from my entire life. I love nothing. I love a good podcast. I love listening to podcasts. I love watching podcasts. But scrolling, I really don't like scrolling. And I just feel a bit antsy, like, I could be doing something. I could be doing something else. So I quite like propping up. If I'm doing the dishes or making the dinner or something like that, or cleaning, I can put something in my ears. I like that. I like listening to things. I really do enjoy those long form conversations that we're hearing more of now. I enjoy those immensely. I love a good conversation. So I like that. But that kind of just quick fire, I don't know. I think I just like doing things more than that. Anyway, Lois says I'm finishing my Go Dynamo. Oh yeah, was the latest one? Was that the latest one that he had for his MCal? I can't remember the name of it, but the latest Stephen West MCal was, I think, the best one. I love it. I have to wipe my nose. I got a runny nose at the moment. It's all that. I think it's all the privet. That was the nicest. I think it's the greatest Stephen West shawl. I will go out with them and say that. I think it looks so cool. I love the way he constructed it from top, go down, and then you went up, and then you had the border. And a lot of people haven't done the final bit on the border. I like the final bit on the border. I know there'll be like a million stitches, but I like it. It just has I think it's almost like a feather and fanny kind of end. And I think guys, that actually that makes it. I think it really pulls it together. So I'm not going to knit it because obviously I have zero time to do anything like that. But I think, I think it was a great shawl, beautiful balance in that shawl. And I love it. It was just 2 colours too. I thought it was great. Katie says I listen to audiobooks when I'm knitting. Sometimes I have audiobooks. But I actually mostly listen to podcasts. I have all sorts of podcasts I listen to, lots and lots of different things. And I just like hearing people talk. I really enjoy it. I love hearing people's ideas. Even if I don't agree with them, I really enjoy listening to what people are saying, and then I can think about it and figure out what I like about what they say and what I don't like about what they say. So yeah, I'm a bit of a podcast fan. Okay, I was going to talk to you about a couple of things today. And the first one I'm going to show you is this. So I showed you last week that I'm, working on all these designs. I've actually had a really big week of making videos this week. So I haven't done much in the way of my designs. I'm going to get all this stuff done. And then next week is my get stuck into the knitting week. So I'm looking forward to that a lot because I'm so sick of my computer and the camera. But so this week has been a big video week. I find it is a bit easier just to batch things together. So I have been just doing a little bit of sort of in the evenings, just having a play around and a bit more swatching and trying to figure out, I've been trying to figure out that patterning for the top of that jumper that I'm going to do in the Yasuk fiber yarn, which is the yak silk merino. I think that's the blend. And so I've been just looking through my stitch pattern books and just thinking about, I haven't actually tried to knit anything yet, but I've just been trying to figure out what direction do I want to go in with this, and I've blocked all my swatches and things like that, so they're all blocked now, and I'm just a little bit, I'm a little bit closer on that front. But one thing I did do was I showed you this yarn last week, which I had bought, and it's an Isia yarn, and it's called Dvini. Actually, I don't know what it's called, but that's what I'm imagining it might be called. Dvini, something like that. And it is pure new wool. 100 grams is 510 meters. It's got a ton of yardage in it. It's great. So it's quite a light fingering, blooms beautifully, and it said it's made in Denmark. It's the same color. I already had this alpaca one here. Look, it's all got needles stuck in it. I already had this yarn, which I just thought was absolutely beautiful, and that's also an Isia yarn, alpaca 1, 100% alpaca. I wanted something that was soft but without all that masses of halo, because I wanted it for a kind of a lightweight thing I could wear kind of now and up to about when the summer really hits. And so I wanted it to be very soft on my skin, so I didn't notice any prickle at all, and without feeling wintry but not feeling summery. It's just that in between is what I was after. So I loved this sort of neutral pink. It's got a lot of grey in it. From the alpaca, it must have a lot of the dark alpaca in it as well as the white alpaca. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And this really pretty pink colour, which is not, I don't know how you can see that pink colour. It's sort of like that against the cushion. Anyway, it's colour 61. So what I did was I went and ordered the Isia yarn also in colour 61. So to my surprise, when it arrived, it was quite pink. I thought, okay, I wasn't really expecting that. But actually, when I take the charcoal out of this, it is the same colour. It is actually the same colour. But that charcoal adds so much depth to this. So I was a little surprised. I thought, not really what I was anticipating. I'm not sure if that's the colour I want for my cardigan. But I thought, oh well, I'll just swatch it. The first thing that happened was I unravelled it. I said to Mr. Myrtle, do you fancy winding up some yarn for me? Because I'm doing something else. You could wind my yarn. He's quite good at that when we're doing things. And so he opened the yarn, and lo and behold, I didn't know this was going to happen, and I totally forgot. There are 2 skeins of yarn inside this 100 grams. So there's 250 grams, which is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. So you can, you've already got it split in half. If you're knitting sleeves two at a time, or if you're, wanting to put, I don't know what, if you want to do something, it's just great. So you don't have to wind it all to get going. Anyway, I think you can just buy one at a time as well. But anyway, this had two in it. So I just popped one to one side. They were actually wound up together, so it was a much bigger skein. I popped one to one side and he wound me a ball of the other one. It's definitely wool. It's definitely wool that isn't soft wool. It's just, it's not scratchy. Some people would say it was scratchy, I suppose. It's not, to me, it's not overly scratchy, but I'm undecided about it. And like this, I was completely undecided about whether or not it was going to create the fabric that I was after. But I thought, I'll just swatch it and see. I'm, two things, one the colour and one the fabric. So I just did a little swatch like that, and it's okay. I used 3.5 needles, I think. It says here. I've got the needles with it. Yeah, I used 3.5s. And the fabric itself is quite nice. I knew it would bloom a bit, so it has bloomed beautifully. And the charcoal aspect of this alpaca has added a little bit of a dark halo to it. So it's taken the edge off the candy floss. It just has taken the edge off, but it's still reasonably pink. But it's okay. I think it will be okay. But I'm still not convinced about the texture. I mean, it actually would be great for something else. I think it is a combination that I would like to use for a jumper. I think it would be a lovely little light jumper, but I would wear this as a whole jumper, really, to keep me warm. This is a keep me warm kind of fabric. I could wear this on a not so freezing winter day. It would be just lovely jumper. It'd be a lot of warmth without all the weight. That's what I feel like. And I need it to be a bit colder because I can feel it against my skin. So I'm thinking, I might not have hit the jackpot for the fabric that I was trying to create for this one that's in my head. I actually did a little bit more swatching. I worked out how I wanted it to go at the top, because in my mind I want to include a few eyelets, and so I just cast on some stitches pretending it's the top of a back neck, and I just worked out some increases down the sides and thinking, what if I tried this? What if I tried that? And I tried a few different things until I finally landed on something that I think will work, where normally you increase every row for those. And I thought, no, I'm going to do a double increase every second row. And so I worked out how to make it work with the eyelets and then an increase and stuff, just the way I like. So I've done that. So I'm sort of, in my head, I'm kind of already started this cardigan, but I don't think this is going to be the yarn for it. So now I'm on the hunt for something, I think, to replace this. And I might actually, I think the alpaca idea is a good one. I like that idea because I think it does give me the softness and the just the appearance of softness that I'm after without going crazy. But I think I'm going to find something else for this. So I'll start again. I'll put this to one side and I'll keep my swatch so I know what the fabric is like for those two together. But I'm actually going to go back to the drawing board for yarn for that one, and then just start again. And I'm thinking I've actually got quite a few things I could choose, just single balls of things, and I've got some fingering, but see, I don't want fingering. That's part of the problem. I've got a fingering in that beautiful French merino. What's it called? It's just there. It's just right over there. I can see it. Anyway, I've got a beautiful French merino and I could hold that with an alpaca. But the problem is I wanted it to end up as a fingering. I didn't want it to be heavier than a fingering. So I think I need to find a very, 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 very light fingering or a heavy lace weight and hold that together with the alpaca. And then that will create this finer fabric that I'm after, because I don't want it to be too thick. So that's where I've got with that. It's a slow process. I think being the creative process cannot be hurried. Sometimes ideas hit you in a bang, but then I find that often working out the details, I just need a bit of breathing room and a bit of space to think about it. I can't be rushed into things I'm sure some people can, but I just can't be rushed into, oh yeah, this would be amazing, boom, boom, boom. I just can't work like that. I always end up ripping that stuff out. And so I think this is a good example of that, of my process where I'm just like, okay, no, let me just have a little think about it. No, I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. I know what I want to feel and I'm just off doing something else. Not Le Bain and Me. It's a commercial yarn, and it's I think it's called Bernice or something like that. That's one of the yarns that they do, but it's not that one. Albertine. It's the fingering version, and they've got things like a Daruma. Is that what they've called? I have used their yarn for my Helia shawl, but it's just I don't speak French, and I'm struggling to remember what the actual name of the company is. Let's have a little look at your comments. Hi Jan, she said it's warm and sunny in Christchurch. You could send some of that sun up here. It's very grey here. Lois said, yes, the latest I was just about able to keep up with the clothes. I had to finish all the ends now. Oh, good on you, Lois. So that's with the Stephen West shawl. You were able to keep up with the clothes. I'd love to do a mystery. I've been saying this probably for 6 years, but I would love to do a mystery shawl. I think that would be so fun. I think I could do a mystery garment, but that's a little bit more of a big ask of people wanting to do it. I think a mystery garment, but a mystery shawl would be pretty cool. Maybe with all this batching I'm doing, I might just be able to do something like that, but I won't talk about that just yet because of chances are I won't be able to at the moment. Hi Marina, lovely to see you. Hi Linda. So my top fabric, this is a Liberty print. I got it from, I'm pretty sure I got it from the fabric store years ago. Like I made this years and years ago. I made it before I went to a wool gathering, and I think that was about 2018 that I go to wool gathering, something like that, in Australia, and I made it before I went there, and so it's a Liberty print, but it's like a brush cotton. You could wear it as sort of jammy pants actually. Le Bain and Me. Yeah, no, that wasn't it, Le Bain and Me. It's a commercial yarn. I think it's Dererum, something like that. Someone will know. You can pop it in the chat if you think you know the yarn that I was just talking about. Strawberry Patches, that's Marina. She said, I just bought a mystery gnome pattern by Sarah Schreier. I saw these someone was talking about gnome patterns or mystery gnomes, and I just thought they sounded so cute. I do love a little thing. I like a little thing. I just something special about those little knits. I'm finding it a little frustrating at the moment because there are a lot of things that I do want to make, and I'm not, just trying to fit it all in is quite tricky. That's it. You guys have got it. Daruma. That's it. You've got it. So many of you know. Derum Natura. Dererum Natura. Dererum Natura. I think that's the company. So I haven't used it yet. I haven't even swatched it yet. But I really like their nice, soft, very smooth merino, and I've got some balls up there. I've got the fingering weight, I've got the DK weight, and I've got the mohair silk, and I would like to have a play with those. What I was actually thinking was that one of the very first patterns I did was pearl, and I did it with a yarn which is a Polworth silk, and you can't get that yarn anymore. And the other thing about that pattern is it doesn't have my full range of sizes that I do now, and it's an underrated pattern. I think that one, it is actually a really beautifully flattering feminine pattern, and I'd like another one first, and so I'd like to redo that pattern and in a broader range of sizes, and I would also like to do it in a fingering. So I've got yarn with a view to swatching it for that, and I thought I could redo the DK one, and then I might even put longer sleeves on that one, so it's more of a long jumper, and then do the fingering one with the shorter sleeve. I could do both. I could do long and short sleeves in both. That's not a problem. And then I'd have a couple of different versions because I'd really quite like it myself again. And yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking. That's why I've got that. I'm really hoping that January, I'm going to have a bit of a breather in January. I'm making lots of plans. You're going to be pleased. There are things coming for you, but in the podcast. But I'm planning to have a little bit of a breather, and I just hope that month feels like 4 or 6 months, because I have so many things I want to knit, and I'm not sure if it's going to work out that way, but I just hope so. I hope that just somehow magically I step into this time warp, and what is, every week is actually a month, and then I end up with all this time. Ivor said, is Liberty the company or the style? Oh, it's so Liberty from London. Liberty London. Liberty, the big department store, and they do all the beautiful fabric. This is a Liberty print from them. So you can buy it not just at Liberty's. You can buy it at Liberty's. But this is one. I haven't seen this again. I don't know if you can still get this particular one. But they have fabulous, fabulous fabric. I've got quite a bit of Liberty. Actually, I think it was Liberty. I bought some silk a wee while ago, which I really need. That's the other thing I want to do is sew, that I really need to make up, and I'm pretty sure it was a Liberty print, the silk. So they do some beautiful, beautiful fabrics, and of course one of their most famous is the Tana Lawn, and the Tana Lawn is just a beautiful light, really, really special cotton. It's just so pretty. Michelle says, I test knit for imagined landscapes for the gnomes, and they are great fun. Oh, good on you, Michelle. That sounds good. I like little gnomes. Oh, thanks, Tracy. You like my top as well. Knit Pearl Jess says you can get Polwarth silk from Tandy. You can actually. I think I've had some Polwarth silk from Tandy. I was thinking that the Polwarth, I've used Polwarth from Tandy before, and my Piper cardigan is with Tandy Polwarth, and I've also done a shawl from now that one is called I can't remember, it's a big triangle one. I've done that's a 4-ply Polwarth. I found that the Piper, the Polwarth there, it's quite pilly, and I'm thinking that I might go for something that's a little different for this new pearl. So that's why I was thinking, and also this range of colors, I quite like their range of colours, so that's why I was thinking of steering over towards that commercial yarn. Christine says, I've got a project lot of Nyx sitting in my stash for a pearl. Oh, Christine, yes, because that's what I used, Nyx, and it is absolutely stunning yarn from Outlaw Yarn. I have to say, that is some of the nicest yarn, I think, Outlaw Yarn. For some reason, the Bohemia Light, the Nyx, I've used quite a lot of Outlaw Yarn over the years in my designs, and it is just delicious, but unfortunately you can't get those anymore, which is a real shame, and because they were some of my favorite yarns, just so soft and so beautiful. Oh, thank you, Jennifer, you're really kind. She said she looks forward to my podcast. That's really nice. Well, it's really nice chatting with everybody. I do so enjoy it. Tracy says, I'm getting my turkey dress tomorrow. Oh, yes, because it's Thanksgiving. It's the 28th today in New Zealand, so it's Thanksgiving for everyone. So happy Thanksgiving, all the Americans out there. My brother is married to an American woman, and so they're back in New Zealand now. I'm not sure if they do Thanksgiving here. I have a funny feeling they may not have done any last year, which is surprising because it's such a big thing for them. But if they are, it'll be tonight. Claire says, I've joined Nana's, like Nana with a G, visit, which is a mystery gnome along. A mystery gnome along, starting on the 1st of December. Oh, I like the idea of a mystery gnome along. That is so cute. Oh, goodness me. I should get one of my girls onto that. I'd enjoy it vicariously then. Yeah, so many things to do, people. So little time. I don't know. Hey, so I wanted to tell you one more thing before I go. And that is I'm going to have to put the prices of my printed patterns up. And they're going to go up at the end of this month. So sometime next week, if I get a chance to sit down and do it, then the prices, my PDF patterns are staying the same for now, just keeping an eye on what's happening out there, but my printed patterns are just going up a little bit, and I think I have made a decision on the price because I've told the suppliers that buy them, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's not going to be too much more. It'll probably just be a couple of dollars more, New Zealand dollars. So I thought I'd just show you them to you so you knew what they were. You can buy them from my website. So if you do want to get printed patterns, now is the time. I have to say, if you're not living in New Zealand, I'm not sure about the economics of buying a printed pattern from me because the courier is quite expensive. I mean, maybe if you bought a whole pile and you just love printed patterns, you would want to do it anyway. But if someone orders printed patterns from overseas, I always check with them. Do you actually want the printed patterns? I write to them. Do you want them? Really? And then often they'll say, oh no, I clicked that button by accident. So, but I get a lot of orders from within New Zealand. So this is probably mostly for you people and anyone that sees me at festivals or things like that. I will take my printed patterns to. And then of course there are some shops that buy patterns from me, and so some of those are in Australia, some of those are here, so you can find them in those as well. But I am going to put the prices up just a little bit to cover my printing costs because they've been up for quite a while and I haven't done it. I've just carried the cost of that for now, but actually I just thought as the end of the year comes I really need to do that. So this is what they look like. They're actually really cute, and over the years I've just improved them, I think. So now that they look like this, they have a card cover, so it's quite, you can hear it, that lovely card. They have a nice card cover, and then they have a paper insert, and they're just nice and slightly glossy finish to them. They're colour all the way through. Some of them have room for photos, others don't. And where you have charts, I include charts. They've always got a sizing page so you can get all the measurements in them. And on the back, it just tells you everything you need for the pattern. For the printed patterns, I just swap things around a little bit. So I put the abbreviations at the front because that makes most sense to me to have them at the front for these with a blurb about me. But for the PDFs, when you buy those online, you get the directions at the front, and so and what you need in the pattern at the front. So everything's just flipped around a little bit. You don't need to worry about that. It all works. And yeah, so this is what they look like. They're all stapled up the middle, and they vary in length. So some of my shawls might just be the card, just the or the hats. They might just be the 4 pages, front, back, and then the 2 middle pages. The shawls often are about 8 or 12. They have to be a multiple of 4 to make them work in this. I don't have blank pages. So they have to be a multiple of 4. So the shawls are often 8 or 12 pages long. They don't get terribly fat. The garments are, I don't know what this is. This looks like a 12er. Yeah, this one's 12 pages all up. But some of the garments are 16, and I've just done one that's 20. It's the first time I've done a 20 page pattern, and there was no way around it. I think if I want to give you the level of detail that I want to give you so that it just makes your life a bit easier, and I want to cover the enormous number of sizes that I'm doing, then I just ends up taking it. Sometimes it can be really hard if it's a slightly more complicated construction or putting things together or patterning, that it can be really hard to scrunch them down. I do my best. So, but generally they're 12 or 16 pages for a garment. So that's what they look like. This is also a 12er, I think. Oh no, this is an 8er. This is just an 8-page garment. Not that it makes much difference to you, because to be honest, you don't notice much difference in size in the little booklet at all. But if you are wanting to print them at the other end, then you will notice it. But one thing I do for you is I make the photos full page, so that if you don't have to print those pages. You just leave those pages off. See you, Tracy. Go and have a lovely day. So you just print the pages that you need, and that way you can just leave out whole pages. It will save you a bit of page printing for those, and you don't have to print the cover or anything as well if you don't want to. So yes, that's what I needed to tell you. I'll put something in the mini mag this week as well, just to remind people. But sometime in the next week, perhaps 2, they will go up. Now, if you do buy a printed pattern, one of the little booklets from me on my website, then you automatically get the PDF download. It just automatically comes to you. So you get that immediately, and then I get the print in the post to you. I'm going to remind you again that if you are buying printed patterns or any patterns from me on my website, log in. Because if you log in, then if you have an account, then the pattern download is saved on your account. And so you can just go back later and you can download it again and again and again, and they're all saved for you on the website, but you need to be logged in. And if you've bought a whole bunch in the past and then you make an account and then you log in and you buy another one, and you want the other patterns to go into that account, let me know and I can do that for you. But you need to have got an order so I can attach everything to that order in order to make that work. So that's how that works. But I thought I'd better let you know that. Jess says she's got lots of cooking starting sunrise tomorrow and then knitting while everyone else cleans. Right? Yeah, right. I hope that is the case for you. Jess, have a really lovely, lovely day. It's such a nice celebration. I wish we had something like that. We don't have anything like that in New Zealand. I just think it's such a nice celebration just to get everyone together and say, hey, aren't we lucky for all the stuff we've got, all the people we've got in our lives, and the, you know, all of the things that work for us. And I think it's a really good celebration, I think. Michelle says gnomes' names usually start with a silent G. Okay, I'm learning something. Nathan, Neil, Nora, like that. So they're giggin. Okay, so that's good. So you don't say the G. Like gnome, you say Nathan, Neil, and Nora. Okay, that's great. The Pearl, have you a sample we can view? I do, but it's over there packed in one of my boxes of knits, so I haven't got it out. But if you just have a little peep over at Ravelry, you can see the photos. It's worth me doing it again. It's a really pretty pattern. It's got no ease in it. It's 0 ease at the bust, so it's quite a close fit to the bust. It's a slim fit through the sleeve. It's got a lovely I-cord neck with a neck not dissimilar to the one I'm wearing, perhaps slightly similar kind of neck with similar depth anyway, not quite as wide. And it just skims you through the bust. It is an excellent one to add a bust dart in because the patterning just comes down the center like that, so you can pop a bust dart in the side. And for those of you who you'll need one in this if you generally need a bust dart because it's quite close fitting, but then it has that nice little A-line shaping that just follows the line of your body and has 3/4 length sleeves, but of course you can make those longer or shorter. But I have had people ask me over the years for a lighter weight version, a fingering version, and I think that would be a great thing to have in my wardrobe. It's just really, what's the word? It's really polished and feminine. It's a pretty garment. So I think it's definitely worth me doing again because I want it now. And to be honest, I don't really fit that one that I made a few years ago, quite a few years ago. I must have made it about 8 years ago. That one doesn't fit me anymore. So it would be good to have a new one in my wardrobe. Linda says, I really love my pearl in navy knits. A real favourite, very flattering. It is. Yeah, it is. It is. It is a really nice knit, actually. It does look great on and it feels good to wear that one. But so that is in my list of things to do. It's in my list. I've got a lot of things in my list to do and I will get there. At some point, I will get there. I've told you before, I've been getting, I've hired another person here to help me out at Wardrobe Toolbox and Truly Myrtle. And so that is amazing already. And just having everybody being able to help me, we know that the goal is to give me more time to do patterns and knitting. And that is going to be coming real next year. I can just feel it. So it's going to be great. Okay, everybody, you have a really, really lovely week. Don't forget, if you're enjoying this podcast, so that it comes up for you and other people can find it and come and chat with us as well, just click like. And if you are on YouTube, you could subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're on Facebook, you could like the page, and then then the algorithms know that you like watching this stuff, and it brings it up for you, so that you can watch me when I go live and come and join me or catch me later. So you could just click like now if you want to. That makes such a difference. The other thing you could do if you want to catch up with me just for my weekly chat, and it's also a good way to get the discounts and things, because I did it for my birthday, but I very rarely do a discount for anyone outside my mini mag. In fact, I didn't do it, did I? I only told the people in my mini mag about my quite substantial birthday discount. So if you want to know about the birthday discounts and you want to know about the general pattern releases and all of that good stuff, you'll need to jump on my mini mag. And so you'll find that at trulymyrtle.com/mini mag, and it's just one word, MINIMAG, right? So you can do that. So we thumbs up, we click like, we do all the things, we play that game, and we make sure that we get what we want when we want it in our inboxes and our what do we call them? Social media channels. That's what we want. All right, everybody. Yes, Amanda, we all have a massive list of things to do, especially you. I think, Amanda, you have the queen of all lists, but it's good. It keeps us all motivated. That is for sure. Okie doke, everyone. Wardrobe Toolboxes, I will see you tonight because we have our knit night tonight, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you all and seeing what's on your needles and all your lovely yarn purchases and things like that. It should be good. And the rest of you, I will see you same time, same place next week. It's not long to the end of the year, so we've only got a few of podcasts left before 2024 ends, and I will see you there. All right, everybody. Catch you later. Have a lovely week. Happy knitting.